while in the fight against sexism, 3 Tamil Nadu cops have attempted to speak up and make a difference. To shame misogynists and put them on notice, 3 women IPS officers appealed to the film fraternity to be more responsible to society. Cinema leaves an everlasting impression in the minds of the youth, so respect women, it's very important, they say. Listen in to their appeal, but the big question remains, despite so many cases where women have been represented badly in movies, why are fewer complaints being registered? Should society come forward and bring up more such cases to the notice?
நம்மளோட பாரத நாட்டுக்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பாரத மாதா அப்படின்னு நம்ம பேர் வச்சிருக்கோம். நம்ம நாட்டில் ஒரு நதிகளுக்கு எல்லாம் கூட பெண்களோட பெயரில் வச்சிருக்கோம். அந்த மாதிரி பெண்களை போற்றி பெருமையாக பார்க்குற நாடு நம்ம நாடு. இந்த பெண்களுக்கான விடுதலைக்காகவும் சுதந்திரத்துக்காகவும் போராடின எத்தனையோ பெரியவர்கள் இந்த நாட்டில் இருக்காங்க. ஆனால் இன்னைக்கு கூட பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பெரியார் அவர்கள் சொன்னது மாதிரி
It is an undisputed fact that the films, music, TV programs, advertisements, lyrics, dialogues have a very major, profound impact on our mind, on our spirit, on our behavior, which can both be positive as well as negative. The recent increase in the crime against women and the girls, as well as the recent increase in the indecent behavior, can to a very large extent be attributed to the exposure which the young minds have to these objectionable movies.
Film, lyrics and dialogues, they have the greatest devastating impact on the minds, young minds of people today. Movies are the greatest influence in today's context, and sadly it has become a major factor for the rise in many crimes against women. Movie dialogues and lyrics, be it positive or negative, they mold the thoughts, the perceptions, the attitudes of youngsters particularly.
3 women police officers from Tamil Nadu have appealed to filmmakers to be sensitive in their portrayal on women and have appealed to them to avoid any kind of misogynistic content on cinema with respect to their songs, lyrics or scenes. They say that cinema as a medium has a profound impact on youngsters, and there have been several instances where crime against women are directly or indirectly attributed to the influence from cinema. They have asked the filmmakers to be responsible. In Chennai, with video journalist Balasubramaniam, Lokpriya, NewsX.
Bringing awareness is something very, very important, but just blaming the entertainment industry I don't think is sufficient. Secondly, we have a fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression, which would also include exhibiting these films, which are also subject to censor board scrutiny. Blaming the entertainment industry and saying that cinemas are the ones which are promoting misogyny is only one-sided. It is not a complete truth.
In fact, joining us live now is IPS Officer and DCP Law and Order Coimbatore City, CB Lakshmi. She joins us live from Coimbatore this morning. She's one of the 3 officers, remember, who came up with this campaign in the first place. Many thanks for speaking to us, Lakshmi. In fact, the first question I want to ask you is, can you elaborate the reason for coming up with this campaign? What motivated you all to come up with this outreach, with this message?
Actually, it has been in my mind, and when the local press people approached me, I thought it is better, it's the right time to share my views about this subject. So I just utilized this opportunity and I just registered my views, that's all.
Well, cinema, Lakshmi, does have an enormous impact on youngsters. Do you think filmmakers need to be sensitive, that's why?
Actually, cinema is a very powerful media, as we all know. And I feel that definitely whatever being shown or told in the film will have its own impact on the young minds of the society. So, hence I think filmmakers should be a little sensitive and responsive.
Right, and you do obviously then think that current films do have, Lakshmi, several objectionable content when it comes to women, be it in songs, be it in scenes, or even in music lyrics sometimes.
In the past it was not like that. In the recent past only we are coming across such dialogues and lyrics, and there are so many songs we could hear nowadays, and the songs which are having words which are really degrading women is very hurting. As a lady officer, as a lady police officer, I feel it is my responsibility to come out and make my appeal to the filmmakers to stop this, because as I said already, it will definitely change the mindset of youngsters in the society.
Right. You are, of course, an IPS officer. You do investigate crimes, come across them on a daily basis. So I have to ask you then, on an average, Lakshmi, how many cases that you get are inspired from films, from movies?
Films, then other media. Film is having its own impact, as I have already told. So the social problems, actually all film directors generally take up any one of the social problem and discuss about that in their films. So the crimes against women should also be given that much importance. So they can take up this subject in their films, and they can come out with solutions also. Definitely it will be having its own impact in the society. I personally feel that if the directors or come out with some solutions for crimes against women, naturally it will reduce the crimes against women.
Right, and can crime then against women, Lakshmi, be attributed, you feel, to the exposure to misogynistic content on films?
Yeah, of course, I feel filmmakers have got a major role. Though there are other forms of social media, I feel filmmakers have a major role to play in the society. They can bring up changes in the society. So, if whatever being told or shown in the film, definitely it will affect the mindset of people, particularly youngsters. So I think they have got a major role to play.
So finally, you do feel filmmakers do have a major role in shaping youngsters?
What I appeal is, it is my honest request to the filmmakers, all the lyricists, music directors, actors, directors, that please don't degrade women. Please be very cautious while using words, because they too have their own sisters and mothers at home. So if they degrade any women, it is like degrading their own sister and mother. So it is only my appeal. So please respect women.
All right, believe it at that. Lakshmi, thanks very much for joining us this morning with your thoughts on this story and, of course, the reasons as to why you came up with that message in the first place. Thanks very much. Okay, let's